Hello and welcome back to our series of short videos, How to Do It Right, the SAP S/4HANA Project Handbook. This series is based on our book publication. We share practical experience and proven methods for successful SAP S/4HANA projects. Our goal is simple, take away the fear and bring clarity to you. My name is Lucas Ruers and this is the third episode. Today we talk about the scope of a SAP implementation project. And this scope debate is not about custom code. It is about how little SAP you actually still need. In the upcoming videos, we will address topics like the big question about operations, rise or fall, or how to choose the right consultants and so on. The first parts of our series address the main first question of a SAP project, the 3 common wrong assumptions of a SAP projects, and the discussion on blue, green, and brownfield implementation approach. Today, we address the most critical question when spending millions over millions on a simple SAP system. How little SAP you actually still need in times of AI magic. The most important message at the outset is this. The real SAP used now is SAP as still the transaction, and one day only data collection core, and AI as the intelligence layer around it. The biggest scope mistake in SAP programs today does not start with testing interfaces or data migration. It starts much earlier with the wrong assumption about what should still sit inside SAP at all. For years, many companies followed a simple reflex: buy as much as possible from SAP. SAP first, one vendor, one platform, one supposedly integrated world. No discussions with senior management. No need to understand the landscape in detail. SAP will rock it. That once looked safe. Today, it often looks expensive, slow, and strategically outdated. The fun fact about is that even SAP itself has pushed the idea of the clean core for years. Stay close to standard, minimize custom code, and extend only where there is a clear reason. That is not ideology. It is economics. An SAP commercial idea was to make the profits on customer data SAP rise and transactional prices. Less custom development means lower long-term costs, easier upgrades, fewer dependencies on scarce specialists, and less risk of building the next unmaintainable ERP monster. But clean core does not solve the problem. It just moves the problem. Because the next question is no longer only, how much scope do we want in SAP? The next question is also, how many AI add-ons, co-pilots, analytics, document, procurement, and workflow tools do we want around SAP? That is the real scope discussion now. Unfortunately, most IT functional heads are not able to discuss that as they still believe in one ERP monolith that solves it all, and in a rapidly changing market that is dangerous territory. Because replacing all SAP heavy complexity with 20 AI tools is not transformation. It is just a new form of fragmentation. So the answer cannot be everything in SAP. But the answer also cannot be AI everywhere. Until now. The real challenge is architectural discipline. Companies now need to decide, very consciously, what belongs in 3 different zones. First, the SAP core, where transactional integrity, auditability, compliance, and legal reliability matter. Second, the AI and data layer, where time to market and performance speed, prediction, assistance, automation, and user independence from IT and external advisors and user productivity matter. And third, the governance layer, because without clear ownership, security, data rules, and integration discipline, the whole landscape becomes unmanageable very quickly. This has massive implications. It changes SAP licensing economics because every capability moved out of SAP changes the negotiation logic, the perceived value of SAP packages, and SAP's influence over the enterprise architecture. It changes the role of SAP inside the company. SAP stops being the universal answer to every business problem, and the senior management never doubted about that massive cost creator. It becomes what it should probably always have been, a powerful but limited data collection and transaction backbone. But for a data container, it is massively too expensive. And it changes power balance inside the organization. Because the business will no longer wait 18 months for IT to deliver every UI change or reporting, automation, or insight requirement through the ERP roadmap. AI tools dramatically reduce time to market. That is their strength. But that strength also creates risk. Shadow AI, tool sprawl, duplicated data, inconsistent decisions, and uncontrolled vendor growth. So this is not just a technology debate. It is a capability debate. The IT function needs different skills. Fewer people who only think in modules and customizing, and more people who understand integration, data products, platform governance, AI risk and cost, and business architecture. And the business needs different skills as well. More AI literacy, better process judgment, and much more responsibility for deciding where automation helps and where it becomes dangerous. Because we should be very clear, AI is already strong in reporting, forecasting, document handling, pattern recognition, support functions, procurement intelligence, and user assistance. But it is still weak wherever reliability must be absolute. General ledger, tax-relevant postings, payment approvals, audit-proof records, legally binding decisions, MRP critical execution. Those are not areas where hallucinations are a charming imperfection. In those areas, hallucinations are a governance failure. So yes, the models are improving very fast. But progress is not the same as trustworthiness. And that brings us to SAP itself. SAP is no longer absent from the AI movement, but it is also not leading it. SAP is trying to remain AI relevant through JAWL, data platforms, and newly created AI-based extensions, also buying relevant experts across the markets to strengthen internal organization. Fair enough. But the real innovation speed is still coming from outside the classical ERP world. That is why the roadmap question becomes so important. The future is not more SAP plus a little AI on top. The future is also not replace SAP with AI. The future is this. Keep SAP for what must be stable, auditable, and transaction safe. Move intelligence, speed, and experimentation into a tightly governed AI layer around it. And most importantly, do not let the number of AI add-ons grow faster than your ability to govern them. So the management question is no longer, what else can we build in SAP? It is, what must remain in SAP? And what should be deliberately kept out? My conclusions for the scope considerations. Keep SAP as transactional data gathering tool. Build AA intelligence around. This means SAP forever is over. Adjust your roadmaps. Stay tuned. Manage the IT landscape, fragmentation, integration, and spread of skill in the organization proactively. Adjust skill and setup of the line and process organization. Stay tuned. In the upcoming videos, we will address topics like operations, rise or fall, or choose the right consultants. This is all to help you to win the race. And this all is to the unsung heroes of transformation, project leaders who have navigated the stormy seas of deadlines, scope changes, and midnight deployments with unwavering resolve. Thank you for your interest. Hope to see you soon. Please do not miss the next part of our journey to smart SAP projects. Goodbye. Lukas Röhrs. And if you can't wait until the next episode starts and you'd like to find out more about how to make sure your SAP project is on the right track, have a look at our new book. It is available on Amazon.com now.